Please describe your job title and primary duties.
Customer service associate. I worked the register, so I was the only guy who worked the register, and it's basically when people would come in, you would, "Hi, welcome to Zaxby's, how can I take your order?" And then you take their order, and then you would kind of just keep taking people's orders, and then the cooks would put the food on like a little table, like a window behind you. You'd bring the food out, and then it'd have an order number, and you'd call out the order number, and whoever came up and ordered that food would get the food, and you just hand it to them and take the next person. And that would also include like cleaning the front of the house and like picking up after closing and stuff like that, just simple tasks.
What was the work environment like?
It really wasn't that chaotic. It was pretty relaxed, as much as you would expect out of like a fast food chain. You kind of got there and you took one customer at a time. It was never really super busy or crazy like those other like McDonald's or Subways is. Like sometimes you'd only get like one customer every like 10 minutes, so all that other time would be just picking things up, restocking things in the front. So it was really easy. I worked drive-through though, and that was a little bit more fast-paced. Usually I always had a customer, but if you work drive-through, there's less responsibilities besides just working drive-through, so it's pretty easy.
How would you describe the application and interview process?
I just went in, asked for an application, and I filled it out right then and there, and right when I got done filling it out, I asked to talk to a manager, and one of the managers talked to me that same instance, so we sat down, and she just asked me a couple standard questions like what high school I was going to, what I was planning on doing for the next year, just simple qualifications that allowed me to get the job, and she really liked me. And within 10 minutes, she told me to come back the next week for a training session that was going on like that Tuesday or something, and came back in for the training along with like probably 4 or 5 other people, and we just did training for those 3 days. We had to memorize like the menu and stuff, and we got quizzed on them, and if you did really poorly on the training, they just wouldn't accept you. They wouldn't hire you, but if you did good, then you just got the job.
What should an applicant wear to the job interview?
Slacks, I'd say khaki slacks, a dress shirt, and a tie. Or you shouldn't really wear a jacket. It's not really that big, but definitely a dress shirt, a tie, nice pants, nice shoes. You shouldn't have to wear like super nice shoes, but just something that puts on a good first impression, you know.
How were you notified that you received the job?
Well, after the initial interview, when I first filled out the application and talked to the manager, they told me to come back for the training. And I came back for the training, and that was the first day of training. They basically told us, unless you mess up, you'll have the job. So at the end of the 3-day training, they just like gave me my first week's schedule. So I guess at that point, they officially told me like, all right, you got the job. So I was pretty stoked.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
Make sure that you know the menu and you're really friendly, because they take friendly people versus experienced people a lot of the time. So that was my very first job. I had no job experience. It's really hard to find a job when you have no job experience. So, but I was just really friendly. You just got to go in there, put on a smile, make sure that they know that you're able to talk to customers, and you'll probably get the job as long as you're professional about it.